welcome back. My name is Bruno Flav, and I've written an article about how to use Claude Code, and I want to use Claude Code on a specific use case, which means building a RAG. And so the fact that I'm going to present more the RAG that have been obtained with the help of Claude Code, all the code is available right here in my GitHub account. You can find the direct link through it. So you have the code for the RAG, and you have also the code for the plugin, because my intent was to leverage on the research, which is the first part of the RAG, and implement it into WordPress. But first of all, I'm going to present the RAG, meaning the research and the generation. I'm using the traditional or my regular environment, Anaconda to manage my Python, Olama to use some model, especially the embedding one, Streamlit to build up EHM, which means the application, and also Docker to leverage on it for the WordPress, which is a staging right here, but that would be part of the second video. In this WordPress distribution, I have also my PHP and my admin, and I've built up a plugin that extends the semantic search. First of all, I'm gonna go through this walkthrough, so you can check. The walkthrough is available also on my GitHub account, and I will follow the instruction right here. Maybe I may be confused on some explanation, but you have everything that you need. So basically, I have these 4 terminals open. This one will be for the RAG. This one will be for Olama. I've typed Olama serve. And this one is built for the Streamlit. I've launched it. And this one, it will be for Docker. That would be for the next. And the last one is just for my personal usage. So basically, the Streamlit application right here has a RAG behind it. So I can make some interrogation on my own article. You don't know what are about my article, but I can tell you that I have some expression, which means that I can type for augmented journalism, which is an expression that I've used in my article, and the RAG will be able also to provide me some information based on that. Why this is so, let's say, augmented types. Normally, yeah, augmented generation refers and so on and so on. And so you have all the articles that are coming from my own blog. I have written also stuff about how to test application. So we're going to go through this process of building up a RAG. And let's say I've used my own post because I can share with you some of the content I'm working with. There's also the search. You see the RAG, you see the search, which only interrogating the research, semantic search, and is only providing some link directly to the article. And also you have the history, meaning that I'm recording all the stuff that I made, and you have some debug stuff that shows the process. So what we're going to do right now, and I have also a tab with definition. So for people who are not familiar with chunking, embedding, I try to find out some quick explanation. So let's say I'm going to clear the history, I'm going to clear the cache, so you have everything empty, and we're going to build the RAG from scratch. So let's go directly. So you see in the data you have different directory. This one is a directory that I've focused on the use case of editorial stuff. So let's say I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take YouTube. So this JSON contain, and I've prepared it, contain all my 74 article in English. Okay, so I have basically my corpora, my corpus, and I'm going to work on it. So let's say I'm going to go in the first. In this one, I'm going to go in the first console where I have my environment stuff, and I'm going to show you there's nothing for the moment because I didn't run the pipeline. So for the status, for instance, you see the pipeline is already sorry. So I've created this one, but you see this is a previous experiment that I've made. So I'm going to change something inside the config. Sorry, this is one. So let's say 4. You see, this one is going to use for the RAG, this one is going to use for the search. So if I retype stuff, it would say, okay, it does not exist, you need to run the script one by one, and you can run it one by one or run the process totally. There's nothing in the cache, and you see I'm going to use Nomic embed text for the embedding, and I'm going to use GPT 4.1 because I have a license for the generation. Okay, and if I type, I have given some commands, so let's clear it. And you see validate pipeline. So basically he's pretending there's something inside the corpus, but there's no checkpoint. There's no checkpoint that have been made. There's no checkpoint, and there's no face stuff. So if I say test index, for instance, he would say face does not exist because I didn't run the command, which is, by the way, indicated right here. I need to run the pipeline, which is this one. This is pipeline somewhere, run pipeline, and it's going to go through all the. You can make dry run. We can try the dry run, for instance, because I want to see. So what he's going to do is going to go through the corpus to create the checkpoint and so on and so on. And he's going to say, okay, this is done. So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to launch the stuff, not in dry run. So we're going to launch it correctly. I'm going to clear my console. I run it. And you see it's going through all the post and going to make the chunk. It's going to make everything that I require to provide a RAG. Okay, and you see is using locally the embedding of Olama, and at a certain point it will have finished and it will be ready. For instance, I'm going to go through this one. See, I'm going to stop it and redeclare, restart, because when the operation is finished, which is right here, okay, everything has been, let's say, test the index. This time is okay. I have the test the index. You can check even inside the indexes. You see, you have the chunk. He has go through all my article. He has made the index, and so I can run exactly like I did. I can run, and then he's gonna ask, he's gonna call this. He's gonna go through the corpus that I've just created. So for instance, if I want to have some query for the RAG, what are the framework to test a web application, which is some article that I've written, then you will be able to generate an answer based on the article I've written. And it's given you some information, meaning that you have the index, which is the most accurate, and so on. So you have this one. Do you know the expression augmented journalist? This is one of my, it was one of my article about augmented journalists, and you see you can find especially some articles that are correct. Okay, I can clear, so he's recording the stuff, and okay, and say tell me more. That was one of my last article. I can even show you the article that was. He should be able to show this article, this one. Normally this one should come up first. Yeah, you see, so he has fine and give me answer, and he say, okay, I can quote the sources that from the blog that I've been. If I want to only provide the search, let's say this one, you see, he's finding the article at the same time, but he does not provide any information. He's just leveraging on the face index, okay, which is here, and I can even say, okay, let's do the other call. You see, you have almost the same result, but it's not with the generation, and it does not provide encapsulation for you answer. You see, it's only quoting the most. No, sorry, that was this one. I want to see. I'm doing the contrary. So you see Laravel Dusk and so on, and so on. So this is my article. I know them, so I can be sure that it's working. And you see, it's not recorded inside the history because it's not part from the RAG. And the debug, I can see that all the operation has been run correctly. Okay, and I'm taking advantage of the face index from the directory we just created. And this one is only made. This tab is only made to give some definition if you're not familiar with chunking, embedding, and fuzz, and so on and so on. So all this application has been provided by Claude. I'm also sharing, I guess, my prompt. I'm not sharing my prompt. I should. But anyway, you have the work. What we're going to do now is that we find that it can be interesting to, if you don't want to, I don't want to build a RAG and share it. It's just from a personal usage and also for my editorial, let's say, strategy. But I want also to take advantage of the work that I have made with the RAG and implement it into my WordPress, which is exactly what I'm going to show you in the second video. But it's already online. You can, for instance, say, okay, so he's gonna say something. He's gonna say nothing. But right here, you see, yeah, that's it. That's it. Right here, you have. Sorry, this is testing. I should be able. So I want to test. This is more semantic search. Okay. So I want to take advantage of this work that I've made. So for instance, you see, I have implemented into the search and it comes from the RAGs I've just shown you. So in the second video, I'm going to show you how to leverage and to use this kind of stuff. Okay? So it's pretty confusing, but right here, I'm going to come back soon for the second part. See you in a minute then.